Hi friends, it's me Nikki here, and I'm excited to share with you how to make menu cards, whether you're using them for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, for any time of entertaining. It's so simple to do. You don't have to be a crafter. I am up in my woman cave. I have my Lifetime on. I have my coffee in hand, and of course I have that candle lit. And this is what I like to do, is be in my woman cave doing my little DIY projects. And so I have my paper cutter here, a little other supplies, but if you're not a crafter, don't feel overwhelmed. And if you want to give this a try, I wanted to do this video in a way that you could watch this video as you go along. So let's jump right in. I'm going to share with you that I just have a few things such as scissors. I also just have simply a X-Acto knife, and I don't always use this, but I do like to have it on hand just in case I have to make any just little cleanups or anything like that. And then also a tape runner, and you don't have to have anything fancy. You can even have them smaller. They only cost around $2, but then you want to get into the fun part, picking out your paper. And paper is very inexpensive going to your craft stores and places like that. You can get them in fabric, you can get them in suede, you can get them in so many different textures. The suede tends to carry lint, but you can use a lint roller to get that off, and it really gives a very luxurious look. So I love the fact that paper can give you so many different looks, and there's just so many to choose from. And for little, just 20 cents, 30 cents, $1 at most, you can get some wonderful 12 by 12 sheets of paper to make your menu cards. And if you're on a budget entertaining, having your menu on a card sitting on the plate can really add a special touch when you're entertaining. It's also a keepsake for your guests to take with them for that event. And I also like to embellish mine with little different embellishments. And if you go to places like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, they have buttons. If you go to the sewing section, buttons are great embellishments that you can get on a budget, along with feathers. Feathers, especially for Thanksgiving, even for Christmas, you can get away with using them. And so it really can be a fun touch. So let's get started. So this is the most budget-friendly way to make the menu card. I'm doing 3 layers because I really want to have a beautiful effect, and we're going to get 4 menu cards out of this one 12 by 12 sheet. So I have my cutter here. It's very basic. I'll put a link in the description box below where you can get this if you don't have one, but you have your ruler across, you have your ruler cutter down, and this also will score, but we're not going to worry about that today. So I'm going to put it in, and I want to cut this directly in half. So it's a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, so I'm going to cut it 6 inches. So I'm going to find 6 inches here on my bar, line it up, and then when I cut, it's going to give me exactly half of my sheet. So it's really simple, and once you start doing it, it's really easy. And then right here at the bottom, my blade right here is at the bottom, and all you do is push up. You're going to hold down on your little latch there, push up, and it simply cuts the paper. Now for anyone who's a crafter, you know I'm talking in very basic terms, but I want to do this for anyone who has not attempted to do this but wants to make their tablescape fabulous on a budget for this season. So then I'm going to cut those 2 sheets in half, and again 12 by 12, so I'm going to go to my I'm going to go to my 6 inch so that I can cut it in half. So I'm doing this to both sheets, so in the end I have 4 sheets. Now for my second layer is going to be this black suede. So I need to come in a little bit, so I'm going to come in 1/4 on each side. So 1/4 on one side, 1/4 on the other side, 1/2 inch. So instead of going to be 6, it's going to be 5.5 that I'm going to cut off so that it can lay on top of the previous sheet and really looks good and have that layered effect. Basically, I need the black squares to be 5.5 inches square. So 5.5 inches all the way around. And when you sit that on top of the other, it's going to be a perfect fit, and you're going to have just 1/4 inch around your sheet. So as you can see, when I put them together, it really looks nice. And now I'm going to layer my third before I actually put the typed menu on there. And I want to go with this nice rustic looking fabric here, and it will cut on here on the cutter. And so I'm going to line that up, and I know that I want to come in 1/4 from my black. So I know then I want to, 1/2 inch, not 1/4, 1/2 inch. So I want to come in not 5.5, but I want to come in 5. So then I'm going to cut 5-inch squares here, and I'm trimming off the little rustic part. You can leave it on if you choose. I just wanted it off. And then I line it up, and as you can see, I now have a 3-layered effect. So this really looks cute when you're doing your menu cards. Again, you do what you want. If you just want to do 2 papers or you just want to do 1, that's totally fine. And so then I'm going to take my Valium, and I typed out my menu, and I'm going to cut it out, but I have to cut it so that it's smaller than the top layer of my sheet, and then I'm going to sit that on top. Then using my tape, I'm going to tape the back and tape everything down. So what I like to do is I like to get all my cuts done first, and then I put it together. So then I'm assembling my project together. And friends, if you're sitting in your zone, your comfortable place in your home, and you're just working on this, it really can be fun. This is also something fun that you can do. You can plan a girls' night in during the holidays, kind of like early December, have your girls over, have the papers there, and all of you make your menu cards for your holiday dinners. It's a great way to get a project done for the holidays and have a lot of fun. Okay friends, so now that I have it down, this is my menu card here, and I want to embellish it now, and that's the fun part, is putting the finishing touches on. And you can have a lot of fun with this. You know, if we're doing this for Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving to you all, you can put it on here and just put a little bow, and you can buy bows that are pre-made if you don't feel like you want to make them. Friends, if you're not a crafter, I would encourage you just to go to Hobby Lobby or go to Michael's and just walk around and kind of look at the things that I share with you, and then look in the store and get your creativity flowing this holiday season. So you'll find all kinds of things like the feathers and the bows and all of that in those stores. So as you can see, this is such a beautiful touch that you can do on your holiday tablescape. Takes no time. You can even do this if you have just scrap paper at home. Even do it with the kids. Also, there's no limits. You can do all different types. Like I've kind of played around just to show you. You can use papers to make little rustic barn doors if that's your style and your theme that you want to do. And then I took a little bit of the rope there and tied that and just hole punched the center so that I could put my rope in. You know, if you want something that had a little bling in it, you know, if you're having that rose gold table or that copper table, having, you know, papers have that foil in it, along with, you know, having just a simple black and white. So you can coordinate it with your dishes. If you're using your everyday white dishes to entertain, this is a great way to bring them into the holiday and just make them not look everyday. So it's really just a fun and very affordable thing that you can do. Also, if you have not checked out my previous video on my other channel, At Work with Nikki, on how I organized my cabinet in my office, I would love to share that with you, and I'll link that in the description box below. Friends, I hope you've enjoyed me sharing this little quick tip with you. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'll see you at the next video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.